Watch yourself!
This season on Highway Through Hell.
Dang!
It's wicked.
It's a full blizzard order.
Whoa!
When this highway is at its worst, it's scary.
Cavalry's on the way.
It's like a reoccurring nightmare.
Light the fire and kick the tire.
We have a passenger trapped inside the truck.
Dangerous game, man. Dangerous game.
It was a severe heart attack.
I think it's pretty bad.
Adam! I'm done standing around.
There's Sasquatches in here.
That's what we got to worry about.
They don't call it the Smasher for nothing.
What's the worst that could happen?
Oh, God.
Oh, look at that.
Any trucks at Hope that are thinking of taking the Coquihalla, change your mind.
Is it all snowing up there?
Heavy snow. Oh man, welcome to the first day of winter, eh?
It's not even November, and drivers on BC's Coquihalla Highway are getting an early taste of winter.
The clouds are out there, but can't keep up. It's coming down real bad.
The snowstorm caught many by surprise.
We get these unexpected snow events, and it paralyzes everything.
Days before Halloween, no tow trucks are on duty near the summit.
It's like the Wild Wild West up here.
But help is on the way.
Police sent us up because, you know, there's been some spin-outs and the hill could be blocked.
Jamie Davis heads to the top of the mountain in a truck he's never tested this far up the Coke before, the Python.
The Python is really not made for pulling trucks up the hill. But it's low and slow, and it does the job.
Today, riding with Jamie,
Well, this is exciting. Why? Because I haven't been up here in a long time.
is his wife and business partner, Sherry.
Sherry's my sounding board.
This is crazy.
I take care of the business side, the office side, and Jimmy takes care of the recoveries.
But today, Sherry doesn't want to miss out on the action.
Well, Sherry's all excited to see the first snowfall of winter, and for her to get out on the trucks, it's kind of a treat.
See, it's snowing heavy up here now.
Yeah, yeah.
The Coquihalla is pretty majestic, but once you start going up, it's really not a good place to be.
As they near the summit, Jamie's target is just north of the snow shed.
There he is.
Spun out on the steepest section of the highway, a 70-foot-long Fuel B train tanker blocks a lane.
Uh-oh, what's going on here?
But the tanker may be too much for Jamie's 22-ton wrecker.
This is a lot more than what the Python can handle. We could be outmatched.
That's gonna be a problem.
Oh boy.
On the highway through hell, closure is not an option.
You don't want to go up to the snow shed. There's a lineup.
High up on the Coquihalla,
Look at that, man.
a fuel tanker is stuck on one of the steepest sections of the highway.
I'm not 100% confident I can do this job with this truck.
But Jamie
He's empty?
has a chance.
Well, then I can give him a hand then.
That's pretty cool. Good job.
He lines up the Python and gets to work.
You're empty, eh? I wouldn't have touched this with it loaded.
It's still gonna be a bit of a pull.
First storm of the year, eh? Old and crusty.
Kind of like me.
Even empty, the 35,000-pound tanker may be too much.
Well, it wouldn't be my first choice to use the Python to, pull trucks up the hill.
But Jamie will try to turn the odds in his favor.
Try to get him away from the guardrail first.
By working the angles.
Trying to just hook onto him and drag him up the hill is not going to work out. We've got to winch this truck away from the barrier.
Take all the brakes off and I'll work with you at the same time. Okay, stop.
The tanker is away from the barrier.
I'm gonna stay off to my left, and then I'll just put mine in low gear and go with you up the top.
But now, the real test.
He's chained up. He just needs that little bit of extra help.
You're gonna pull him up the hill? Yeah, he's coming.
Easy does it. Little bit by little bit, it'll come.
You don't want to get too fast.
Yeah?
Maybe I'm your lucky charm.
Go from there, eh? Supposed to be another storm coming in the next 2 hours. Yeah, the old Python's earning its keep.
A little bit of finesse and skill. Good old Python just makes her happen. It's a good old truck.
See you later, eh? Take her easy. Yeah, have a better day. The hill's pretty much cleaned up now.
With traffic moving again,
I really like today.
Jamie and Sherry head back to their yard in hope.
We've got the job done, and it's a lesson that we've learned. How to do a lot with a little.
This winter, Jamie is counting on his fleet of classic trucks more than ever.
We're still continuing with old iron, old trucks. Part of a collection of Holmes wreckers I'm going to restore and rebuild.
Wreckers nearly half a century old, like Mighty Mo.
Mighty Mo is a 40-ton mechanical wrecker. Has been all restored.
And the truck he put into battle last winter, the same day he bought it.
Pretty cool truck, eh?
The General.
It's my heavy hitter.
And over the summer, even more vintage iron rolled into his yard.
I think I'm at the point where I got enough projects to last me the rest of my days.
They're dependable, they're bulletproof, they've been around for a long time doing recovery work.
No more bringing home any projects until we finish a few.
I think I'm quite happy to be right where we're at.
As night falls,
Oh, man, it's just crazy up here.
a second snowstorm hits the Coke, and word of a crash between Hope and Merritt.
Do we know who's doing the recovery on this unit?
Yeah, it's coming down pretty good. Having a bit of trouble seeing with my lights.
Reliable Towing's James Luke heads to the call in his 30-ton wrecker, Black Sheep.
We got a highway tractor that has jackknifed and is in the ditch. Oh yeah, that's a ways down.
Time to put on the snow gear.
Every job we go to is a learning experience.
James arrives to find a jackknifed semi, trapped between the north and southbound lanes.
This is a problem. This wreck here has packed itself in there pretty good.
The tractor trailer lost control. Landing in the center median, surrounded by deep snow.
Like right now, it's okay. It won't shut down.
The driver is unharmed and still on scene.
The driver is very lucky.
I was coming around this bend, and my tires didn't catch enough traction, and it just pushed my truck off the road.
The trailer is loaded with 100,000 pounds of pulp.
It's on an incline. We have trees. I know it's going to be a challenge.
James will need more muscle.
Reliable heavy is on its way downhill.
Reliable's 50-ton and operator Kyle Bryan join the battle.
Hey, Kyle.
This guy's really in there.
It's another challenge for someone still getting used to heavy wreckers.
That's what it is.
Last winter, Kyle got his first chance to run a heavy on one of Reliable's toughest jobs.
I'm more confident, but I've got a lot to learn.
Tonight's recovery is getting more difficult by the minute.
It's pretty well fully loaded. We're letting it sit, and it freezes.
It's not easy trying to free something that's been sitting here for hours on end. Look at this. Here's your Christmas tree, buds.
Yeah, we'll see if it comes out. You can see the truck's up against the tree there, so you can't really just pull the front of the truck around and pull the truck and trailer out of the ditch.
I'll pull the truck as you pull the trailer, but I gotta watch what I pull on. The truck's jackknifed right now, so when we pull on the trailer backwards, we want it to straighten out.
Okay, I'll pass you the chain.
Yep. Suck it in a bit. Okay. All it's got to do is just break it free.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Okay, Kyle, you ready?
Yeah.
Hey, start pulling. Oh! It's moving!
Oh boy, that's a mess.
On the Coke,
Easy!
Reliable Towing is trying to rescue a heavy load,
James!
trapped in the middle of the highway.
Pull!
Whoa! Are you kidding me? Son of a bitch.
Your chain slip off?
Yeah. The winch line and the hook and everything came whipping back at us.
I don't really know what to think right now.
Aha!
But for James and Kyle, there's a silver lining. The chain didn't break.
Good! What if you just wrapped it around that frame rail?
Run the chain under there. Here.
I think that should hold. Being that we're trying to keep at least one lane open, it's not the ideal angle to be working off the truck. I'm gonna put some pressure on that.
Even with two powerful wreckers, the angle of the pull is extreme.
I know this isn't gonna be easy.
Pull, Kyle.
Come on.
Keep pulling. It's moving.
Good.
Oh yeah, there it goes.
Even the wreck's driver
It's coming.
has high hopes.
Keep going. Perfect. One more.
Sweet.
The jackknife semi is finally straight.
Do you want to unhook, spin around?
Yeah.
But the 100,000-pound pulp truck still needs to come out of the ditch.
Now we just gotta worry about trucks sliding and moving, and the trailer wanting to roll too, because it's loaded. My worry is we have to deal with the edge of the road and the angle of the ditch. There's still a high chance of the truck and trailer wanting to roll over it. If by any chance this doesn't work, I'm going to be explaining to my boss why this truck is laying on its side.
Dude, this thing's gonna roll.
Kilometers southwest in the Fraser Valley.
What's going on east of 260? There's three trucks. It's gonna get ugly.
The Trans-Canada Highway is squeezed down to one lane.
That aggressive truck is on her way up right now.
We're gonna go to Highway 1 eastbound, just east of 264th, for an end dump sitting in the ditch.
Operator Chris Mervin is en route.
I got my 50-ton rotator.
In aggressive towing's newest weapon. Last winter,
that is something.
Merv was just getting used to his new toy.
There it is.
And helped out on one of the toughest jobs of the year.
I love my new truck. Hey! When you roll up with a rotator, it's like showing up with the golden sword. It's fairly high tech, it's super sensitive. And I can control everything to do with the boom off 2 joysticks.
Touchdown, boys! Nice.
What happened with that truck?
Tonight's recovery.
Ooh, buddy, this is gonna be a wiggle fest.
Is perfect for the rotator.
Let's see what we got. Wow, that is not happy.
The driver is fine, but the gravel truck is anything but.
It's traveled in probably about 20, 30 yards down the ditch, but still sitting on all its tires fully loaded. And we've been having rain for the last week nonstop, so it's definitely wet and mucky in there.
They probably need some light there if you got your light on it.
Merv's boss, Jason Davis, and a second heavy wrecker arrive on scene.
This thing holds 26 tons of material, plus with its own weight is about 18,000 for the trailer, probably about 16,000 for the tractor. It's loaded enough that it's going to be a little bit of a tug.
To keep the lane closure to a minimum, aggressive towing has been given only 1 hour.
Time is money, boys.
Whenever they put a time limit on something, there's always pressure that comes along with it because there's a lot of unforeseen things.
The fastest way to recover the load...
You gonna pick the whole thing right up?
Back end of it.
...is to use the rotator's raw lifting power. Merv will use the rotator to pick up the back end, while the 50-ton wrecker in front pulls the tractor forward to try and land the truck back onto the road.
So just hook the frame right by that trunnion.
Yeah, on the inside of it.
Yeah, and then come this way and up both sides.
Okay.
But after a closer look at the load, Jason uncovers a new problem.
Silt.
Silt?
Yeah.
Holy.
The gravel truck is full of wet silt.
It changes what we're dealing with.
A fine silt that has been in the rain for 3 days, 4 times as heavy as it used to be.
It's heavy now.
That's gonna weigh a lot. Okay. We'll see what it does here pretty quick. Okay, boys, we're pretty clear?
Yeah, we're all clear.
The rotator begins to lift.
That's 32,000.
My truck is rated for 43,000 pounds over the side. Anything more than that, we risk the truck tipping over.
The wet silt.
She's heavy.
Has thrown all calculations out the window.
The tricky part about lifting this truck without knowing the exact weight is how far out our boom extends in order to pick this weight. You're kind of doing a little bit of guesswork there.
Well, no, we're getting worse.
All right.
Yeah, it's heavy.
And anytime you hit even close to 100%, you got to be concerned.
There's a lot of weight in that bucket. That's sketchy.
Must have been a little rough ride.
On the Coke.
Okay, I'm gonna grab the front. We're gonna pull it out.
The jackknife semi has been straightened.
This is a little bit steeper than what I like.
But James and Kyle still face a heavy task.
Now comes the fun part.
Winching the 100,000-pound pulp truck out of a deep ditch.
We'll try pulling it. We'll have to just watch the trailer.
Yeah, okay.
There's still a high chance of the truck and trailer wanting to roll over as I am pulling it out of the ditch.
Ready?
Yeah.
James will pull from the front.
Hey, Kyle, see if he can slowly move forward.
And the driver is back behind the wheel to help.
Okay, watch out. Is it moving?
Yeah.
But as the wreck climbs the bank,
We just gotta watch that trailer.
the angle is pushing the limit.
The trailer does start to lean quite a bit, being that it is so heavy.
Watch that trailer.
Hold it slow, easy, easy.
Whoa.
Hold it. I just don't like to lean on that trailer. The last thing you want is to get this far and then truck topples over.
Maybe you should unhook and just grab the corner of the trailer. Because all you'll have to do is just stabilize it, right?
Yeah, so you stop sliding backwards.
Kyle adds a line to the front of the trailer.
As I'm pulling, he's gonna release and we'll slowly get up on the road. Okay, you ready? Come on, buddy. Kyle, pull!
Kyle muscles the trailer up the bank.
A little more, a little more.
But the extreme tension is taking its toll on his winch line.
James!
If this cable breaks, this truck and trailer are gonna end up on its side.
Hey! No.
Come on, you bastard.
On the Coke. A frayed winch line.
James!
Threatens to unravel reliable towing's recovery.
Hey!
Hold on. Stop.
Getting down to the last few strands on Kyle's line.
I don't have a lot of cable left on that one.
This trailer is leaning so hard. This is definitely not what we need.
I can't pull anything on that cable right now.
I just need you to keep tension. And
can't even
he's
do
got
that.
Well, you've got tension on it right now, right?
Yeah, okay.
We are so close to having this thing on the road that I make the decision to chance it.
The line's fraying, so there's no structural integrity to the line anymore. I just gotta keep letting it out so that way James can keep pulling the truck out.
Okay, ready, Kyle?
Yeah!
Come on. It's a big risk, because that cable could break at any second. But we gotta get this job done and get the highway open fully.
Straight. Turn the wheel straight. Try and move forward slow.
The driver adds some throttle.
Just slowly feather it. Keep going, keep going.
Finally,
he's out.
The loaded pulp truck is on the road.
There we go.
That was fun.
Someone upstairs was watching out for us and just let the cable stay all together, and now we're gonna be heading out of here.
I'm glad to see him out.
A hard-fought victory for Team Reliable.
Good job, brother.
And one happy customer.
It's drivable, which is miraculous Thanks a lot, bud. Appreciate it, man. Yeah.
I'm going home tonight, so I'm happy about that.
It feels really good actually seeing the driver really happy.
I'm gonna pilot you down. Just stay behind me.
They're yanking that gravel truck out of the median.
In the valley,
That's a hell of a hard job.
a rain-soaked wreck
There's a lot of weight in that one.
is pushing aggressive towing's 50-ton rotator to the limit.
What should have weighed in around 30,000 pounds, I think we're pushing 56,000 pounds on the back.
The wet silt is like heavy concrete.
I gotta get it close.
Yes.
Merv and Jason need a new plan.
Tighten this line up, leave the other one down, and then just kind of, and then bring it over to you.
Instead of lifting the entire wreck,
Kind of going for a drag method versus a lift.
they'll try to slide it up to the road.
Just keep it taut, keep it taut. You want to drag it over. Don't worry so much about the far side, just worry about this side.
The wet load begins to plow its way up the bank.
You're paying attention to the way the truck's reacting to the recovery, how it's coming out of the ditch, how much further I can follow it with my boom.
A little more.
With the back end partway out,
Okay, set it down.
the recovery shifts to the front.
We're going to be pulling on the nose of the tractor, trying to get it to come up to the road, and I'm going to be on the tail end of the end dump.
Okay, you ready, Marv?
Yep. Good.
Okay, start pulling.
As the tractor creeps forward,
Leave this one down, work this side down, let it come right beside your tire and just roll with it, right?
Yeah.
Merv keeps swinging the loaded dump box around toward his rotator.
Keep swinging your boots.
Yeah.
But the closer the wreck gets to the road,
Just be careful, don't go too far into it.
the more the rotator is in harm's way.
Holy.
If you're going to be swinging around the side supporting this much weight, you do stand a very good chance of it smashing into your tow truck.
They got that truck out of that ditch here yet?
On Highway 1,
Gentle.
a rain-soaked load
That was it finding its happy place.
has narrowly missed aggressive towing's rotator.
If the rotator got hit by the dump truck, it would cost me money, and it would damage my perfectly pretty unit.
The loaded dump truck is only part way out. Jason and Merv need to get the highway reopened.
When they give you a short period of time, every second counts. You definitely got to figure out your next plan real quick.
You ready, Marv?
Yes, sir.
Once again, Merv will take his 50-ton rotator right to the edge.
Blue one, free spooling, right now. Just keep a little pinch and let it go down as we go. Inch it over, right, please.
You're able to push it a little bit, but you don't want to go too far.
Holy 60,000 pounds.
Okay, keep going.
Oh.
You got pressure on it, Marv?
Yeah, yeah.
The inside dual starting to come up now. Yeah, keep coming. Let it down, Marv, a bit. Down, yeah. A little more. Let it go. Okay, just let it go. Stay hold it straight there.
The 75,000-pound truck
It's on the ground. Yeah, you're good. You can unhook him.
is finally on the road.
Beautiful, boys.
Brakes on, please.
Okay, brakes are coming on.
Let's see if it starts.
And incredibly,
Beautiful.
the truck still runs.
Look at that, not even a checked engine light.
Our guys did really well. Even when we're improvising and changing up things, we still did it in a timely fashion, so we're very, very happy.
I think all in all, it went really well. Truck's out of the ditch, it's still in one piece, and it actually managed to drive itself away, so I think that's pretty good.
Mission going on here?
1 hour before dawn.
I'm just heading out.
Mission Towing's Dylan Greenwood has been called out to an off-road job in the hills west of Hope.
I'm just heading up to Bridal Falls Forest Service Road to recover a pickup truck that's rolled off the bank.
It's the kind of job that makes Dylan's boss, Ken DePerrin, nervous.
Some of these roads are very, very dangerous and very narrow. You've got to know where to go and you've got to know when to stop. So you just kind of hope and pray that they can get in and out of there without a problem.
Joining Dylan is operator Steve White.
I grew up in the Mission area. I've been up through all the Forest Service roads. But this road, it's very rough.
It's pretty much one of the narrowest spots.
Dylan and Steve make it to the wreck.
Turn to the left. Yep, going.
And line up their tow trucks.
Oh, that's good, bud. There she is.
The pickup truck is 40 feet down the bank.
Somebody's ended up grabbing the soft shoulder of the road and it slid off and then rolled down the embankment.
That tree is the last thing holding it other than a bunch of twigs.
He caught the only tree that was actually in the area.
Yesterday,
unforgiving road.
Dylan scouted the wreck.
Getting held up by this tree.
And discovered it clinging to a single trunk.
Gotta be about 1,000 feet down.
He's lucky.
The driver walked away.
He's got a banged up shoulder and that's it.
But the wreck could let go any time.
As soon as we pull on it and we move it off the tree, it's sort of just free hanging.
To make sure his own truck doesn't go over the edge.
So this is a tree right here?
Okay.
Dylan runs a line to a tree above the road.
These wreckers are not designed to pull over the side. Throwing an anchor line up to a strong tree will give me that anchor that I need.
Only thing worse than the truck in the ditch is the tree on top of the truck in the ditch.
Once secured, Dylan climbs down to rig onto the pickup.
There's not much stopping this thing once it starts getting momentum.
With one line holding on to Dylan's truck, the two wreckers will flip the truck onto its wheels, then slide it up to the road. As dawn breaks,
Now we're getting some better light.
Yeah.
It's gonna spin.
Dylan and Steve start to winch.
Yeah, go ahead, Steve.
You do your best to do the least amount of damage. We're hoping that Dylan can winch it forward and I can winch the truck off its side and onto its tires.
Keep going, keep going. Nope.
But the wreck
I'm coming where I wanted to come.
is rolling the wrong way.
Slow. Hold on, hold on. Careful now.
On a mountain road,
Exactly what we didn't want.
Mission Towing's high-angle recovery is upside down.
Stop there, Steve.
We were hoping to get it to roll back up on its tires, but as we both started winching, it actually started to roll back over onto its roof.
You're gonna have to re-rig.
All right.
Steve scrambles down the bank
Your turn.
Oh, yeah.
with a new plan.
I'm gonna disconnect my winch line underneath the side of the box and reconnect the winch line to the trailer hitch.
Oh,
yeah, right there? Yeah, go right in there.
Okay.
Yeah, that'll give us the best transition.
Okay.
We're just gonna bring it back the same way it rolled down in there.
Still dangling above the deep ravine,
Give it a pull.
Dylan and Steve try again.
Get high on it. Keep pulling yours, Steve.
Finally, the truck's on its wheels.
I'll let you pull it forward.
Okay.
And plowing its way up the bank.
I'll just finish her off here, bring a little bit extra just to be safe.
It's good to get it back onto the road.
For us to be able to get that truck up and out was pretty amazing.
Good.
I always worry about any driver that's out in the bush. I'm always glad to hear that they're back out onto the road.
What's the latest on the Coke? Yeah, she's opened up there.
10 hours later, just east of Hope.
Yeah, we're on the move.
We got a little mini circus here at Coquihalla headed northbound.
Al Quiring's first job of winter.
Hopefully we don't get parked on the hill.
Is a Goliath task.
I'm going to be helping a company from Alberta haul an oversized load through the corridor. This particular piece of the gross vehicle weight is right around 480,000 pounds. Going along to make sure that they make it through without any fuss or ado. We got work to do.
We're trying to get this up over the Coquihalla tonight.
Al will support a convoy led by Tyson Friesen.
We got a lot of slow movement. We're going to be stopping a lot of traffic along the highway tonight, so safety's number one.
The massive team has been assembled to carry one of the largest industrial compressors over the mountain pass.
The trailers are 150-ton dual lane. We're running 18 feet wide, 15.8 high, and we're over 250 feet long. This is the heaviest load that has yet to cross over the Coquihalla Highway.
Al will escort the convoy over the steepest part of the route. An elevation change of 1,200 meters in less than 30 kilometers. Tonight,
any other concerns, questions?
Al will only be towing if there's a problem.
In case there's a failure, I can hook onto the front of that convoy and drag it up off the highway. Because if this baby's parked in the middle of the Coquihalla, that whole highway is shut down.
Alrighty. Let's light her up.
It's just another day in BC here.
You ready to roll?
The convoy, led by Al,
Yeah, we're on the move.
starts the slow and steady climb.
Hey, let you guys know they're going towards the coast.
Guided by the one man who knows every hazard of the highway.
We're just going to be pulling out of here. They're going to have to stop a couple times to hook the push trucks up and stuff. Huge amount of pressure. This piece of equipment has got to be there tonight.
We're moving ahead at a snail's pace now.
So far,
Temperature? 5 degrees.
the weather is holding. But any change, and Al will be facing a nightmare.
That truck happens to break traction for half a tire rotation. There goes a rear end like that. Now we got 500,000 pounds stuck in the middle of the Coquihalla Highway.
Temperatures have dropped.
Going up the hill. We're coming up on the steepest part.
It smells like snow.
As we're going up the high mountain pass, the weather changes.
It's coming.
Now it's starting to snow. What if Mother Mountain is really going to fire up? That can be a real problem for us. Hopefully it's just a little squall and isn't going to turn into the normal Coquihalla disaster up here.
You guys getting any snow? Yes, we're getting lots of snow.
It's snowing up there or just blowing snow?
On the Coke,
Snowing now.
Al Quiring is escorting a 500,000 pound load up the mountain pass.
We're going to make the final charge up through the snow shed corridor and up over Zopkis. Hopefully we can get the rest of the way without any problem.
As the convoy climbs closer to the summit,
You're supposed to get another foot of snow up there tonight.
the weather becomes more unpredictable.
A spun out semi at 40,000 pounds is one issue. Having that 480,000 pound issue, Big Green would definitely have its work cut out for it, pulling it up the hill.
But near the top of the mountain highway,
That sounds like we're through the worst of it.
Al and the convoy catch a break.
So stop. And we're back on track.
Luckily, as we went up the hill, the old troll in the mountain didn't come to life.
Move along, guys.
Getting through the snow shed, past the summit, means Al's job is over.
They made it on their own. Mother Nature didn't cut loose with an unwanted snowstorm. All right, well, there you guys go. I'm out of here. Thank you, sir. Alrighty. It's our reputation on the line if that highway gets blocked. So I'm happy that we were able to skedaddle up the hill and not have an issue.
You guys have a good trip the rest of the way.
That's what happens on the Coquihalla. You go up there ready for the worst, nothing happens. You go up there prepared thinking, oh, nothing will happen. It could be chaos, absolute chaos.
The next morning, in Hope,
Let us go and do what we do.
Colin McLean is setting out to retrieve a wreck more than 1,000 kilometers away.
Me and James are heading off on another one of our spectacular road adventures.
This winter, I expect to be doing a lot more long-haul jobs. Seat down, tunes up, and driving all over the country.
Road trips are a growing part of Jamie's strategy to stay in the game.
So last year, we started to develop quite a busy, heavy-duty, long-haul business. That's what's winning the race for us. Colin's going to tow me out so we can save fuel. He has a wreck to pick up in Regina, and I have to go to North Dakota.
But on this journey,
Forgot some more underwear and socks and cash to pay for the truck.
Jamie's planning to bring something back for himself.
What did you buy again?
International Transtar. I love to wheel and deal. I love to buy and sell equipment. That's it. That's the last one.
And he always says that, the last one.
The last one.
Jamie loves restoring these old trucks, loves working with them.
Sherry is getting on my case. She thinks I'm nuts. It is a bit of a disease, these trucks. My ultimate goal is to have and operate a mostly paid-for fleet of Holmes equipment, accented by a few new trucks.
You know, every now and then he talks about getting something new. Thing with Jamie, you'll never know.
You have a safe drive and get home safe, guys.
Next time on Highway Thru Hell.
Look at that. That's a heavy pull.
Jamie and the General face a monster in the mud. Colin pushes his luck in Mighty Mo.
Come on.
And the lost camper on a slick road.
This is ridiculous.
Has Team Reliable hanging on.
Whoa. Get out of the way.
This time, on Highway Thru Hell.
Wow.
Double trouble.
It wants to drop. Whoa.
For Jamie.
What's going on?
Jamie Davis is here.
Let's get on with this.
On Highway 1.
Out.
That's gonna come over.
Trying to figure this mess out.
Anyone know the progress on the wreck?
On Highway 1.
They're working on it.
A double recovery.
That's...
This time on Highway Thru Hell.
There's 2 trucks here.
Double crossed.
Oh, God.
Mitch and Merv dance.
We're trying to salvage a load here.
After 2 trucks tango.
Whoa. We gotta be real careful here.
An unstable situation.
Come on back. Whoa!
Rocks Jamie's world.
What in the...
Oh, I don't know about that.
And Gord digs deep.
What have you guys done here?
To save a sinking loader.
Stop!
On the Highway Thru Hell, closure is not an option.
Now we got an accident scene up here.
That didn't look like a fun ride.
On the Coke, south of Merritt.
Oh, man. That is a mess. That's not good.
Reliable Towing's Mitch Carr has made an unexpected discovery.
We have an absolute mess here. It looks like the fog must have been down here and these guys collided really badly.
The semis were traveling in the northbound lanes when one jackknifed. Forcing both down into the ditch.
They're both down into an embankment nose first, and we're dealing with a lot of weight.
How fast can you get up here in the data?
Mitch calls for help.
I've got 2 trucks collided in the ditch and it's bad.
There's no way I'm doing this by myself.
What's going on up there?
You got an accident down here with the ambulance.
Miraculously, both drivers have only minor injuries.
A whole lot of trucks in this lineup, eh?
We're rolling now.
We've got a lot of vehicles in the queue right now, so we want to try and get them out of here and keep traffic rolling.
Traffic is slowly moving again.
Freaking rough there, holy...
But a large piece of the wreck
He's blocking the right lane.
hangs out over the road.
This is gonna suck.
Coming through, I'm 10 feet. Am I gonna be okay?
How far can you kiss that side, buddy?
Gotta take it real slow through there.
Heading to the scene,
All in a day's life of a tow truck driver.
James Luke has left the first wreck. The recovery could be days away.
The hazmat team's out there right now. We have to back away and let hazmat do their job.
He arrives to help Mitch.
So if you look, James, down through here.
With the two entangled wrecks.
The front end of that other truck is up on top of that other one.
This is definitely one of the worst I've seen in a long while.
Reliable has two heavy wreckers on site.
This entire trailer is completely compromised.
But Mitch knows it won't be enough.
This is most definitely a rotator job.
I have a rotator coming up for this as well as that. These are getting done tonight.
Joining the battle is Aggressive Towing's 50-ton rotator.
It's getting foggy out here in Merritt.
With operator Chris Mervyn behind the wheel. When he arrives,
holy, that's a long ways down.
Merv gets a taste of what's to come.
Merv! What is up, man?
You know, it's quite something. Both these trucks are almost on top of each other and 30 feet into a ditch.
So this guy, he went in nose first and he went in hard. And then this other fella crammed right underneath him.
It's kind of like a pretzel. The damage on them is pretty severe, though. They're definitely entangled pretty good. We just got to figure out how to get it all apart.
So, yeah. So I'm gonna go home now. Have fun, Murph.
That's the biggest challenge, is just figuring out which piece we're gonna move first and how we're gonna tackle that problem.
With light fading.
Drag the whole thing sideways?
Yeah.
And then grab that.
Merv and Mitch.
Pull it straight up and out and hold onto the back from sliding back in.
Yep.
Work up a plan.
We're gonna grab the one white outside trailer first.
That way we always leave that one lane open.
Okay, well, that'll work. Let's do it.
To start the recovery,
now comes the fun stuff.
The rotator is firmly planted into position. And the two teams work together.
Yeah! There we go.
To run lines to the first target. They rake to the trailer's back axle.
Oh, yeah. Beauty.
And to the hitch that holds the trailer to the tractor, the fifth wheel plate.
Better? Yep.
Merv mans the controls of the rotator.
Okay, watch this line behind you, boys.
Yeah.
And takes the slack out of the lines.
One of the first steps is to get these two semis separated from each other. Try not to damage them in any more. Everybody ready?
It's hanging up on that side, eh? Top corners and dug into it.
The back ends are actually putting up a little more resistance than we thought.
50 tons of pulling power. Slowly separates torn metal.
There you go.
Up top, the two trailers are apart. But at the bottom,
dragging both.
The tangled cabs.
It's just buried into the windshield.
Won't let go.
Dragging it with it.
The passenger steer of the first semi is actually sitting through the windshield of the second truck. I just need them to come apart.
As Merv continues to pry them apart.
Uh-oh. Watch your back.
Tension builds.
Hey, on, Merv.
Built the big one.
On the coke.
There you go.
A pair of tractor trailers.
Well, that's crazy. Two of them in the ditch like that. Woo.
Are under high tension.
Dragging both.
The trailers are apart. But down the bank,
you're gonna rip the cab up.
The tangled tractors won't let go.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
We gotta use brute force. We're just gonna pull hard.
The semis are fully separated.
Excellent.
But Merv and Mitch,
And I can get that closer, then I might be able to get a pick on it.
have to haul them up the 30-degree slope.
Hopefully.
The wrecks are also nose down in the deepest part of the ditch.
So the plan is, instead of trying to bring them back up the steep end, drag the semis, nope, the shallow end of the ditch.
Light is fading, and the fog has returned,
It's a big mess there in the fog.
making the next stage more challenging.
We've got really bad fog that keeps coming in waves, which is causing major visibility issues.
We'll take a wrap, we'll wrap the trailer.
Merv will try to bring up the first rig in one piece.
It's gonna be hard.
But the crew must stabilize the 14-foot-high trailer.
Careful, it's slick.
By running a strap over the top.
Trying to get up and over that.
Always a pain getting your straps real on them.
If you're gonna leave an entire unit together, you have to have measures in place to prevent it from rolling into the ditch.
You gotta get them right into the trailer. There you go. I'll go swing my boom a bit.
Getting the strap up and over
Stretching me out here.
is a struggle.
Ooh. Beauty.
But once in position,
you ready?
Merv begins to winch it up the bank.
Come on. Slicker than snot.
Up top. Icy conditions. Put the rotator at risk.
My rotator's definitely sliding over towards the edge of the road.
We just gotta put some spades down. Try to show this truck who's boss. Should be good now.
With a firm foothold,
Okay, here we go.
Merv and the rotator try again. The first semi is nearly out.
We'll just grab the nose of the truck, spin it around.
And the highway is kept open. Four hours in.
Beauty, boys.
Half of the recovery is over.
Good news.
I believe Mr. James Luke is gonna hook up to it and tow it down to their yard.
James arrives in his 30-ton wrecker known as Black Sheep and hooks on.
I don't think they're going to be fixing this truck.
Good. She's out. Looks good.
One victory.
But there's still another wreck over the edge.
The second one, though, is going to be way harder.
Earlier today, the second truck was forced off the road down the 30-foot bank. But before taking on the last unit, Merv needs a better look inside.
Watch your leg on that.
So he sends in his swamper, Jordan Cummyford.
Jordan is my second-hand man. He comes with me everywhere I go, every wreck. He jumps in.
What do you think, Ming?
3/4 full.
Jordan makes an interesting discovery.
The second semi is full of dog food. It's roughly 80,000 pounds.
The second wreck is heavier than the first.
All right to the nose?
Yeah, I slid to the nose and over.
And less predictable.
We're worried that the load has shifted to the nose of the trailer.
The operator who was first on scene.
You're gonna fight huge.
Reliable's Mitch Carr.
Because all that weight plowed that thing right into that bank.
Whole wall's blown right out.
Is now concerned about the fragile trailer.
How we pull the truck and trailer out, it's gonna put a lot of strain on the trailer that could cause it to buckle or break or cause us a mess.
So plan A is we're gonna drag the truck and the trailer sideways. Plan B is it rips right in half and we all go home.
"60 kilometers southwest.
There's a wrecker on his way.
The General rolls into the night to an urgent call.
Getting there right away to get him off the road is a big priority.
Jamie Davis needs to quickly remove a hazard on the highway.
There's the guy broke down right there.
An 18-wheeler parked on a dark bend.
It's a bit of an edgy job here. We've got to be quick.
And sticking out into the live lane.
Biggest concern is somebody coming around the corner can't see us. We're in a dangerous spot.
Arriving to help is Jamie's longtime friend and tow operator, Wayne Sahata.
Well, I hope there's no trucks coming.
Working with Jamie's pretty good. Him and I bump heads sometimes, but I can't win that argument because he's the boss.
Moments later, Jamie positions his classic record.
I'm going to take the tractor and Wayne's going to take the trailer away. You got it?
But just before disconnecting the tractor from the trailer,
there's a soft side here.
Jamie discovers a problem.
You can just see how soft that really is.
He's on unstable ground.
Are you sure that that leg is going to be okay?
And so is the semi.
I'm looking at this trailer.
Are you sure that the landing gear's safe?
And it's half on the pavement and half on a soft shoulder.
The fully loaded trailer could roll into the ditch.
I'm not taking a chance on that.
If we don't block this up properly,
let's put this under that side.
The landing gear could go right down through the soft sand.
Good? Okay. This side here. Yeah, that's good.
With more stability.
Okay.
Jamie climbs back into the General and pulls forward.
Keep going!
To separate the tractor. Then Wayne backs in.
Let's not be rammy.
To tow away the trailer.
Just back into your little bit loaded up.
But on unsteady ground, backing into the trailer's kingpin requires a gentle touch.
Do it again! Oh!
I know how bad this situation can get in just a second.
We gotta be real careful here.
Just an inch of moving that tractor backwards, and this trailer's gonna roll over.
Come on back.
Slowly.
Oh!
Wayne backs under.
What in the frick is going on here?
And the trailer shifts again.
I think I'm going under it, but I'm not. I'm pushing it backwards off the blocks.
Can you put the brakes on with your hand valve? I am. Yeah, hold the hand valve.
This is an accident waiting to happen, this whole deal.
Whoa! Go real gentle. Just come back gently. Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Slow her down.
On the coke.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! We're taking it right off the blocks.
A precarious load.
Why did that go back?
Has Jamie Davis on edge.
Are the brakes out of adjustment?
I know how close we could be here to rolling this whole unit over. So that was really scary.
Jamie and Wayne
How the frick did it move?
need to get the broke down unit off the highway.
I think there's no brakes on that trailer.
I think you're right too.
We realized that the trailer's brakes are so far out of adjustment that the parking brake isn't holding.
Okay, but let's put the air brakes on first.
The trailer's brakes are designed to lock up automatically once disconnected from the tractor.
At this point, the brake should be engaged. It shouldn't roll. There's no air to it.
Everything looks normal.
So you're gonna have to spike the brakes.
Wayne jumps back in the cab.
Do it again!
But the tippy trailer keeps rolling back.
It's a dangerous situation. The brakes should be on.
You leave them brakes on. Leave those brakes on, okay?
One side of the trailer is still on soft ground.
You can see how soft the dirt is here. That trailer could have sunk right down.
Jamie, it slid over quite a bit.
The only thing stopping that trailer from rolling away is the weight in it.
I'm gonna get another block for the brakes. Okay. Wow. He backed it underneath it and actually pushed the trailers off the blocks. So I'm really stressed out.
Jamie blocks the wheels.
He keeps pushing the trailer back because the brakes are out of adjustment. It's a very bad situation.
And resets the blocks.
Okay, okay.
Under the landing gear.
The leg would have went down into the soft on the other side, and this trailer would be flipped over.
Wayne tries again.
Okay, keep going. Come back. Come back. Keep coming. Keep coming. Coming. Yeah, you're good.
This time,
Yeah, you got her.
the trailer doesn't move.
Oh, happy day. So that was a little intense. We got her.
That's a sigh of relief. That's a... Right?
A little bit of skill. And you did her. Yeah, lots of skill.
Wayne takes away the trailer.
You know, simple little breakdown tow can go bad in a minute.
And Jamie hops in the General to haul away the tractor, making the highway safe again.
When you come on a job like this, you never know what's going to happen. You need to expect the unexpected.
Yeah, have a safe drive there, bud.
Oh, here we are, holy.
Further north on the Coke.
Crazy, man.
That's 30 feet down there.
That's gonna be heavy.
The second tractor trailer from the 2 semi-wreck.
That whole nose, you're only seeing half of the wheel. Like, that wheel's buried into the dirt.
That whole front end is gone.
Oh yeah, there's nothing left.
Will be Merv and Mitch's toughest test on an all-day recovery. Packed with dog food, the 80,000-pound load is compromised.
I definitely don't want this thing splitting open on the side of the highway.
Now, are you thinking you're gonna grab the front portion and I'll grab the back?
I think so.
Merv winched out the first truck with his rotator, but now he needs Mitch's heavy to tackle the second.
So if Mitch and I can bring the whole truck and trailer up to here, we stand a lot better chance of getting it up with as little risk as possible of losing it all. We're gonna bring Mitch in here.
Reliable's 50-ton enters the battle. With 2 lines on the trailer, Mitch will act as an anchor, while Merv pulls on the tractor, turning the wreck up the hill.
One around the axle there, probably in a block on a low line on your truck, please.
Yep.
Because you'll be able to hold it a little bit, right?
Yep.
So we'll go probably somewhere down, 5th wheel plate up to the other
Back
line.
up.
Yeah.
To swing it sideways, they rig to the tractor's axles.
Up to here around the frame. That's gonna hold the back.
and run lines to the trailer.
Yeah. Looks like a professional did it. Yeah. All right.
Good?
Yeah.